This is great.
Fans ready for the dark night of Gotham.
Blue night. We got the blue and orange and blue too.
In 2015, Matt Harvey had one of the best pitching seasons in recent memory, going 13-8 and leading his team to a World Series appearance, only to fall to the Kansas City Royals. Matt Harvey, coming off of Tommy John surgery the year before, pitched unbelievable in the postseason, earning himself the nickname The Dark Knight.
Count on this guy, throw it out of strikes.
Curveball struck him.
But then his career tragically took a turn for the worse, as he was never the same after that World Series appearance, falling off of a cliff for the next few seasons, being released time after time after time, ending up on the Baltimore Orioles in most recent history, never to be heard from again. But what if I told you that Matt Harvey could have a career resurgence? What if Matt Harvey, Jacob deGrom, and Noah Syndergaard never fell off? What if I told you Matt Harvey never left the Mets? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my first official video here on the Juice Baseball channel. I had the little intro video that I put out just to get you guys, get your palates ready, get your taste buds ready to taste all the deliciousness that I'm gonna put on this channel. That was the appetizer. That was the amuse-bouche. Now it's time for the main course, and that is the first video on the channel. And I wanted to go big. I wanted to go with something that not a lot of people really do, and that is kind of like people do this type of video, but not with this particular athlete. People have done career re-simulations on Madden, on 2K, even on MLB The Show. But not have I ever seen a Matt Harvey career re-simulation. And I'm not going to do a whole entire re-sim of his entire career that Matt Harvey's had, because in MLB The Show, you can't really change the age of a player that's already in the game. I would have to recreate Matt Harvey entirely from scratch. And I don't want to do that because, fun fact, if you didn't know this about MLB The Show, they keep all of their player portraits in their database in the game year after year after year. So if you take, let's say, I don't know, I'm a Reds fan. So if you take Johnny Cueto, who I don't even know if he's on a team anymore. He might be on the Giants again. I have no idea where he's at. Maybe he's a free agent. But if you take Johnny Cueto and you put him back on the Cincinnati Reds in MLB The Show 22, or in any MLB The Show since he left, he would have the Cincinnati Reds player picture that he took the last time he was on the Reds. Same goes for Max Scherzer if you put him back on the Tigers, or if you put Matt Harvey back on the Mets. He's got his Mets picture on here. We'll go over that in a second. So that's one of the main reasons, probably the main reason why I didn't want to recreate Matt Harvey from scratch to make him a younger version of himself, because one, he's already in the game, and two, actually, he's only in the game in the base default roster, so that's the roster that we're going to be using today. So that's one of the main reasons why we're doing it. And two, I just thought it'd be cool for an immersion factor if we had his actual player picture in the game instead of just a created thing. So That's the reason why we are starting from this point in his career. He is 33 years old at this point in his career. We can go take a look at him right now, but he is a 92 overall. This is from, I took his stats from MLB The Show 16. So this is what Matt Harvey's stats were in MLB The Show 16. If we go to his attributes and his pitch type, he had 89 stamina. He had all these things. These are the exact stats that he had in MLB The Show 16. He was a 92 overall, or maybe he was a 94 overall. But maybe some of these hitting stats have adjusted. I don't know if they've affected it or not. Maybe if I don't want to mess around with anything. So he might have been a 94. He might have been a 92. I don't really know exactly what he was in MLB The Show 16, but I'm showing you right now that this is what we are going to be working with. I also put back into the Mets Noah Syndergaard. You saw, or you heard that I mentioned in the little intro thing that I did that Noah Syndergaard, Matt Harvey, and Jacob deGrom are all back on the same team. What is going to happen? We are going to do 1 year with the New York Mets. They have their exact roster as it was in the base game when MLB The Show 22 came out, except for we added Matt Harvey and we added Noah Syndergaard. Now we are going to re-simulate the season and see if Matt Harvey and Syndergaard can change history and get the Mets a World Series that they probably should have won back in 2015, 2016 when they went to the World Series and lost to the Royals. So arguably they should have won it. And Matt Harvey, hopefully, the Dark Knight, Thor, and I don't know if they ever gave Jacob deGrom a superhero nickname, but Dark Knight, Thor. So we're going to find out. We've got the pitcher rotation all figured out. Jacob deGrom's 1, Harvey's 2, Syndergaard's 3, and we're going to simulate the season and see if this New York Mets team can win a World Series. We may jump in a game or two just to pitch a couple of pitches with Matt Harvey since this is about him. So we will do that. But let's simulate the first month of the season and see how this Mets organization does with Matt Harvey on the squad. We are going to be getting some injuries, of course. I have nothing to do with like free agency and stuff. Nobody's going to be trading anybody. There's not going to be anything like that happening. But we are. Oh, that said Matt Harvey was injured. Hold on. That said Matt Harvey just got injured. Let me see. Where's the injuries at? Injury list. Matt Harvey, torn finger ligament, out for 2 to 3 months. So is this his calling? See, as you can see here in 2015, he went 13-8 with a 2.71 ERA, and they went to the World Series that year. But then, as you can tell, he promptly fell off a cliff, like I mentioned. And then he went 6-14 in Baltimore last year. But now he's back. He's 1-2 in 5 starts. He's pitched .593. So Matt Harvey is not having a great career resurgence here. But he is now out for 2 to 3 months. I probably should have turned off injuries. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Even though this is about Matt Harvey. It doesn't matter at all. We're going to keep going. Matt Harvey may come back. He may not. He's eligible to get back. I don't know if that brought him back or not. Is he back now? Matt Harvey, injured list. He's out for 44 more days. Okay, so come on, Matt. You got to get back. I know your injury history in real life is pretty bad. But let's see if you can change things here. So now we are into the month of June. The Mets are 29-20. What is it? 29-27. And the injured list, Matt Harvey's 27 more days. So he's going to miss about a month of the season. He's going to miss almost this end of this month too. And we are on a big time losing streak here to start the month. We haven't won a game. There we go. That is not looking good. A lot of injuries going on for these Mets. The Mets, that's one of the most interesting things about this entire Big Three, if that's what you want to call it, is they had so many injuries. Syndergaard was injured a lot. Obviously, Matt Harvey was injured a lot. Syndergaard was injured. deGrom was injured a lot. I mean, everybody just got injured so much. It's crazy to think about what could have been. As Matt Harvey comes back into the pitching rotation, he is hopefully going to be pitching pretty soon here. We will simulate a few more games. There's a trade. And it looked like Matt Harvey was injured again. Matt Harvey is I should have bumped up his injury so that nothing would happen to him. but it's okay. He's 2-2 with a 4.7 ERA. We are going to go to his next home appearance. Maybe not his next home appearance, but he's obviously not going to be an all-star this year, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. So we're going to skip the home run derby. We're going to skip the all-star stuff. We're going to go, and then we're going to take a look. I'm sure it'll tell me who the all-stars were. So if we go to the all-star voting, starting pitchers in the Noah Syndergaard made the all-star team, and so did Jacob deGrom, but Matt Harvey didn't make it because he was hurt. So into July, Matt Harvey is 3-3 with a 4.36 ERA. He has 51 strikeouts. He's got a 1.19 WHIP, a 1.3 WAR. Okay. This Mets team might get carried by Syndergaard and deGrom. The trade deadline, we don't care about that. All right, let's go to a home appearance for the Mets and for Matt Harvey here. So we've got Matt Harvey pitching against the Braves. We'll go to that. 57 and 54. We're going to have to beat the Braves if we want to make the playoffs. So let's go to appearances, play a player lock, and go to Matt Harvey. Can I go to Matt Harvey? There he is. All right, we're going to player lock Matt Harvey, and we're going to see how good he can be. How good is Matt Harvey in 2022? We just picked him up and dropped him into 2022, the 2016-2015 version of him, and we're going to see how good he can be. We're going to have to win this game if we want to play against, or if we want to get into the postseason. That's what this is all about. Oh, he's back to 35. I changed it to 33, but I guess he changed him back to 35. All right, let's see how good Matt Harvey pitches against this Atlanta Braves squad. He's throwing 99 against Ozzie Albies. Okay, we're not going to play the whole game, obviously. I'm just coming in here to throw a few pitches with Matt Harvey, kind of maybe get a strikeout or two, just to get the feel for how Matt Harvey's pitching now. Oh, and we strike out Ozzie Albies first at bat of the game. A leadoff strikeout. Dansby Swanson. Ooh, 97. He's got great control. That was one of the things that when I was editing the stats, I looked up his fastball control. He's got great control of that fastball. Now, obviously, he threw a ball there, but, I mean, he's got some great control. Now he's got 3-0. I never said he had great control on his other pitches. He's got great control of that fastball, though. And that is going to be Dansby Swanson grounding that up the left side of the infield, and that will go into left field for a base hit. All right, we're going to jump in. We're going to bounce around a little bit. Let's go to, I can't quick manage because I'm player locking. Well, that sucks. That, can I change that I'm player locking? Change it to add a disable. Yes, I want to. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay. Oh, let's watch it from the CPU perspective now. I got my stuff in. Now let's see what happens here with the CPU pitching. Matt Harvey. Ooh, 98 to Ronald Acuna Jr. He's never had to play against Ronald Acuna Jr. How is he going to do against one of the best hitters in the MLB today? There's the pitch. 97 on the gun, and it's an 0-2 count to Ronald. 0-2, Harvey. Got his pitch from James McCann. What's he going to do here? There's the wind up the pitch, and it's another fastball, this time fouled away by Acuna. 3 straight fastballs. You got to think he's going to go off speed here, right? He's got to go off speed. And he does. He goes with the sweeping curve, and it gets Acuna jumping out of his shoes. Matt Harvey with another strikeout here. And it looks like I need to get back into the team so I can quick manage. There we go. All right, so let's skip through the rest of this. We are going to simulate the half inning. He got out of it. That's awesome. Now let's pitch, pitch, pitch. There we go. Get out of the inning. Harvey's playing pretty well. I'm going to watch out for his stamina, his energy. We're going to make sure that nothing bad happens to him. Oh, Dansby Swanson with an RBI. And we get out of the inning. Good double play. And the Mets scored 7 runs in the 5th inning. That's crazy. This is probably going to be Harvey's last inning. Although, he could probably go another inning. I'm going to test it. He's going to go another inning. Yes, he got through it. All right, now he's coming out. So Matt Harvey we'll come out and we'll put in, I don't know, Trevor May, I guess. We'll pitch around. It's 7-2, and then we will go and we win the game 7-2. And Matt Harvey with the W. He's 4-3 now, and he pitched really, really well. He pitched really, really well. Box score, we have the Braves box score. Let's go to the... Oh, he's 5-3 now, not 4-3. So he went 7 innings, allowed 9 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts for a 3.33 ERA now on the season. Or in that game, I guess. Not in the season, probably. And that's a pretty good one. And as you can see, there's his picture. Matt Harvey's picture from 2016. Or whenever the last time he was on the Mets. That was one of the main reasons why I didn't want to make a whole new Matt Harvey and then do just a crazy resim or a career resim, because then he wouldn't have that cool picture. So I thought that'd be a nice little addition to this little sim. And we're only going 1 year, so hopefully Matt Harvey can have a good end of the season, because he hasn't really had a good start to the season, that's for sure. We are now into September. The postseason is only a month away, and we are 69-65. Hopefully we can get into the wild card. Matt Harvey's had a great end of the season so far. He's really clawed his way back. 7-3. If he wasn't hurt, he might have had an all-star appearance. He's got a 3.01 ERA. He's got a 2.8 WAR. His WHIP is 1.09. I mean, he's done really, really good. He's only allowed 7 home runs. That is on par with what he did in 2016. Better than what he even did in 2018. Or 2015, excuse me. So, I mean, Matt Harvey just absolutely out here on par with what he did. And in 2015, he had a 2.71 ERA. But in 2016, he had a 4.86. So, we're right there on par with what he was doing when he was dominating in real life. Let's simulate a few weeks into the final month of the season here. We have auto-fix that so that we can get rid of that. Auto-fix the rotation. There we go. Let's go move forward here. Come on, Matt Harvey. I need you to... Did that say Jacob deGrom got hurt? I don't know if that said Jacob deGrom got hurt or not. A lot of injuries going on, though. I'm hoping that we are making... Okay, Jacob deGrom's back from his injury. I'm hoping that we are making the postseason here. Let me check the wild card. We are we're 12.5 games back of the wild card. The Dodgers are in the wild card, the Giants are in the wild card, and the Braves are fighting for a wild card spot. So I don't think we're going to make the postseason. Unless we have a crazy end of this month, which I don't even think will help us. Matt Harvey is 10-4, though. He's absolutely killing the game right now. And in the standings, we're 14.5 games back of the Phillies. We're not winning that. And we're 12.5 games back of the wild card, so we are not getting the wild card either. We're going to miss the postseason. We are going to miss the postseason. Yes, we will. Mets have finished 85-77. We do not make the postseason, but let's take a look at what Matt Harvey did this year. Matt Harvey, in his resurgence, went 12-4 and was injured for a big part of the season. He was injured for about 2.5 months. He pitched 146 innings, 12-4 record, allowed 11 home runs on the year, had a 3.14 ERA, a 107 WHIP. He had a 3.9 WAR, which is right there on par with what he did in 2015. 2015, he just went crazy. I mean, you're not going to be able to beat that. He had a better ERA in 2015. He pitched more innings because he was hurt in our simulation. 13-8, though, opposed to 12-4. So I'd say, I mean, he had more appearances in 2015. He had more games started. But 12-4 record in 23 games started is a very solid, respectable stat line for Matt Harvey. As for Noah Syndergaard, he went 31. He went 12-7 with a 2.96 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP, 4.6 WAR. He did 9-7 in 2015 in his, I'm guessing, his rookie season, and then a 105 WHIP, a 3.24 ERA. So he pitched better in this year than he did in 2015. Jacob deGrom in 2015 went 14-8 with a 2.54 ERA, a 0.98 WHIP. That was all in a 5.6 WAR. That was all in 2015. He went 15-7 this year with 2.24 ERA, a 103 WHIP, and a 5.7 WAR. So the big three pitched really, really well, but it just wasn't enough. The rest of the team wasn't good enough to get us to the postseason, which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, but that is okay. That is all I wanted. And the Phillies beat the Guardians in the World Series. That's pretty weird. But that is what I wanted to figure out. So I guess we can chalk this up to Matt Harvey is just very, very injury prone. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. Matt Harvey seems to be very, very injury prone. And even in a world where he's in 2022, he's still going to get injured. That's just the way that Matt Harvey is. But in the time that he did play, like I said, in the time that he did play, I would throw that up there with one of his best seasons in his career. He had a really good year. And maybe if I had turned injuries off or I had raised his injury rating up, maybe he would have done better and maybe they would have been in the postseason. I don't know. But that's baseball, man. You can't, in real life, you can't have injury or you can't turn injuries off. So maybe it's better that I didn't turn injuries off in this. So that's going to wrap up the video. That is what if Matt Harvey was dropped into 2022 baseball along with Noah Syndergaard, the big three, and we found out what would happen. They don't make the postseason. They don't make the World Series, and Matt Harvey still has a really good season. Noah Syndergaard has a really good season. Jacob deGrom has a really good season, but they don't make the World Series. They don't even make the postseason. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know down below any other players of this kind of caliber, this kind of player, I guess, like players that maybe their career didn't go as everybody thought it did. Maybe like Steven Strasburg type players. Maybe we could do something like that. Or I don't know. Just let me know down below in the comments if you have any kind of players that you want to see a resurgence of their career and make them, I guess you could say, make them back to their highest rating in MLB The Show, and then drop them in 2022 MLB and see if they could be good. I didn't even see if Matt Harvey, I don't think he won any awards. Did he win awards? No, he did not win any. He did not win any awards. Cy Young, he wasn't even in the running. And then for Gold Glove pitcher, he wasn't in the running. It doesn't look like he's going to win any awards. We did win some with some hitting awards, but no awards for Matt Harvey. Would he have won a Cy Young if he wasn't hurt? I don't know. It's not for me to decide. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Once again, let me know down below in the comments if you have any other players that you want to see have a career resurgence and have them, their best version, dropped back into 2022 baseball and see what would happen. I am certainly down to that. I've got plenty more content coming onto the channel with franchise mode and rebuilds and all kinds of stuff is going to be coming in the near future for this channel. I'm excited to get it off the ground and running. I hope you guys are too. Main channel link and second channel link are down below in the description if you want to go check those out as well. I've got the World of Juice channel, the World of Juice Hoops channel. If you like Madden content or even more MLB Show content or NBA 2K content, I've got it all on both of those channels. So if you want to go check those out, feel free, as I don't really have a lot of videos yet on this channel. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to this channel, and subscribe to all the channels. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.